Leno.
6-leg, Joey to throw first.
What a
Game
great
on.
last 9 darts. 134, 100, 144 checkout as Joey opens up a 3-leg lead
57.
and is 1 leg away from advancing to the last 32 here.
Yeah, and he played well overall. I think that was you and me on the call of that one, if I'm not mistaken.
Might have been you and Mark Taggart, because I remember being in the crowd for it.
Okay.
But it was really, the crowd loved it and got entertained. It was a back and forth match.
97.
So both players have a lead at one point, and both young men really enjoyed being up on stage. It was a whole lot of fun. So it was a really great moment. I mean, for both players, of course, but you have to have one winner to Nicholas
84.
really, great reaction to see him up there taking the Evolution title and getting the trophy.
100. Nicholas, you require 100.
And Joey's going to put some pressure on this 132 that might have to go for Cripps. Oh, it's on. Steps over to stay there.
Getting the trophy.
A little bit more relaxed. He starts to cover well.
That's it, right? It's about and relaxed a little
115.
bit. And things just start working out better. They just come out of the hand smoother and hit their intended target.
43.
And only 43 there, so Joey in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Joey's not going to make it easy
100.
on him.
No, sitting on 146 after 9. And
59.
Cripps cannot leave a finish, so Joey, 6 starts from
59.
Cripps cannot leave a finish, so Joey, 6 starts from 146 for the match. Kid's so good.
6.
Smart dart player. Good board management.
Joey,
of course, you got to love
50.
seeing the memories pop up for Joey as well on Fox and Friends a couple years ago to promote the U.S. Darts Masters.
Game shot and the
As
match.
double 16 goes in for Joey Leno, a 15 darter in the last leg. Great darts from Leno, AE.
Really good, solid performance. I mean, you have to kind of say he might be the favorite. We'll see what Rousso and Fawcett bring to the table, but with that performance, you can see him playing for the board final here in just a few matches. But he will have to get past Rousso or Fawcett, and we'll see them come up next and see what kind of effort they give out. Two good players, two good scorers. You talked about Justin yesterday, that we've seen Justin do well in terms of his scoring, just hasn't been able to close matches. And Stefan, a good performance last year. So if I'm not mistaken, our first chance to get to see him on camera this year. So a interesting matchup coming up.
Yeah, it really is. They've actually played each other before. Rousso bested Justin Fawcett in event number 7 in 2024, 5-2. So Rousso has a 1-0 lead over Fawcett, but like we mentioned with Justin, his finishing is what gets him into trouble sometimes. His scoring power is fantastic. So excited to see what he can do with that.
Let's take a look out. All right, we're gonna
let us know what's going on.
Let's see. Currently underway. Kevin Ron out to a 3-2 lead on Mr. Larry Butler. Keep an eye on that. We always like to see the Eagle on a Sunday and see what he's up to. Big news across the wire. Chris McCarg just took out Jake Womack. So a seed out for today, and another seed goes down to Chris.
And that's not good news for anybody, because Chris is a dangerous player at this point.
He's definitely one of those players.
Because Chris is there at this point.
That I'm now intrigued to sort of watch his development, right? Putting in the time on the circuit. You take out Jim Long, take out Jacob Womack. Like, those are some serious building blocks, right? Those are the moments where you look and then you start to see Chris making, you know, oh boy, here's a couple of top 16 performances, right? There's a run to a quarter and a semi. And, you know, that's how you turn the corner in this whole thing. It takes time, it takes work, and it takes dedication, but it's great. Great. Those are the moments where you look.
Well, Trevor Bubolz defeats Steve Warnock 5-4. So Warnock 0 for this weekend as a seeded player. Sets are a brewing out there in the venue. As you see, Butler tied up 3-3. No slouch to moving to the 19s. But like bringing this bonus coverage as we get set for our next feature match. Again, we're going to go right back to Stefan Rousso versus Justin Fawcett as soon as they get started. This is my first look at Kevin Ron. And of course, luckily, this is not my first look at watching the Eagle play on stream. It's one of those distinct pleasures and honors to be able to call matches featuring the Eagle. A living legend that continues to grow that legend.
Yeah, big weapon in Larry's arsenal is that 1919.
Mm-hmm.
Those days when things are going well for the
and
Eagle.
we are going to be flipping back over here, guys, as they are doing their 9 darts now. So shout out to our production team, the McManimal, giving us that information. But again, we have this bonus coverage that we'll be able to bring you throughout the majority of today's coverage of the DJD Masters, event number 4 on the road to the CDC Continental Cup Tour Finals Championship in Philadelphia. And here we go. All Canadian stream, including the scorer and Trish Gresick, as, well, I said it to begin with, Justin Fawcett. He's a power scorer.
Right out of the gate with a 140. And we're underway to finish off this
96.
first round of this group. We've seen Adam Savvada and Ryan Vanderwight advance, and they'll take on each other in the first match of the last
45.
32. And Joey Leno awaits the winner of this match to round out the 4 players coming through round 1.
Yeah, it's always crazy, AE, how
140.
fast the day seems to run when we do this. This is our last top 64 match of the day. After our next match, we'll be halfway through our coverage today.
60.
And yeah, you mentioned it. Savvada Vanderwight will be coming up next. That's going to be a doozy of a battle. And then Joey Leno versus the winner of this one is going to be another doozy that I cannot wait for. And
100.
this is going to be interesting. The power scoring from Fawcett. Rousso can also score, but his finishing can at times be absolutely phenomenal.
60.
So we'll see kind of how this result plays out. Right now, Rousso, an opportunity to break the throw immediately on Fawcett.
57.
Big score from Fawcett would put some pressure, though, on Stefan's 108. It needs at least
94.
one, and he gets that
Stefan, you
one
require
scoring.
108.
2 would have put some proper pressure. So
Treble 19 would have left 32. Not going to happen.
42.
Fawcett's
And
back for the
slack
102.
Require 102.
See if he goes 14s or bull. He tried the bullseye route. Can stay and go 25 to leave top, 65 left.
62. Stefan,
He does
you
exactly
require
that.
66.
Rousso, it might only be one dart at a double. It will be 2. 24.
42.
Does not
Justin,
get it.
you require 40.
This will tell us a lot about how Justin's playing.
35.
Yeah,
Stefan,
and
you require 24.
that's not what you want to see in the first leg from Justin Fawcett, as you've mapped out over the last couple of years. It's the soft underbelly of Justin's game is not only the
first
doubling
leg.
trouble, and there you go. Stefan works his way around. Pretty poor
Second
effort
leg,
at the
Stefan
double
to
12,
throw
to be
first.
honest, but
Game on.
when it gets fixed by the 3 and you get the leg on the board, all is well. A break of throw, and he moves on. The more troubling thing is, and we all love Justin, we truly do, is you don't want to see as much frustration as you just saw there in just one leg, right? You've got, even though it's a somewhat quick, people might say, best of 9, first to 5, it's still the first leg. So, you know what Justin has in the locker in terms of scoring. So you don't want to see that much frustration creep in when there's still a lot of great darts to be played on his behalf.
Yeah, exactly. And it's almost like we're waiting for him to
61.
show us the highest level of his game when those doubles do click. I think that we've really yet to see it from him, and quite a few times we've seen him on
42.
stream. But we also know that it's in there. He has some great battles with some tough opponents. Oh, and
60.
I was wrong on Joey. He's 23. I do my math wrong, so that's my bad. For the record.
For the record.
Which makes sense for the Evolution Tour.
Well, there is a sort of a technicality based on you can still be eligible
83.
in being 24. It's all based on your birth year. So that still didn't set off any alarm bells in my head.
93.
But it's certainly Joey taking one of his last chances to get there and take another crack at that PDC Winmore World Youth Championship, which is an opportunity. Sometimes these youth opportunities, obviously they're ones that have a time limit on them, right? So it's best to take your best shot and take a crack at it.
Well, you see Fawcett, only
Stefan,
43 there.
100.
And so Rousso, after the big 2-treble visit, leaves himself 100 for a hole to throw. Now he can't take it out after that first dart. Just trying to set it up.
40. Justin,
Leaves 60, so a bit of a punt, but Fawcett has to start on the 19s on 119 left. Treble 20. Would have left tops for Fawcett.
59. Stefan, you require 60.
So here is Rousso.
No score.
Oh, he busted it with the trip 20 on dart 1.
Justin, you require 60.
Oh, Justin. Oh, those are both shaky.
40.
Yeah,
Stefan, you require 60.
That last start definitely got tight.
Yeah, you want to see now maybe him just take a breath, throw those first darts and literally step off the line, take a deep inhale.
40.
Because his
Justin,
opponent's
you
giving him
require
opportunities right now, right?
Yes, he is.
Game shot in the second.
And he
leg.
pins the double 5 and gives a little side eye to the camera as he does
Justin,
so.
throw first.
But a break and throw right back for Fawcett.
Absolutely, and unnecessarily so, right? Take that double. You got your break back, and now just settle in again.
41.
Settle in and try and outscore your opponent and buy that extra time that you might need. But no worries. Get it done and move on.
48.
Yeah, and you can tell Justin's just
30.
struggling with his release point. So far, it's still a 1-1 score line against Rousso, but all I can tell you is that Joey's sitting here watching this and licking his chops
100.
because he's seeing two struggling players right this second.
80.
Good third dart from Justin to kind of save that turn, and so.
Oh, that's just an AE. Another seeded player is out. The Eagle, Larry Butler, loses 5-4 to Kevin Ron.
So no Sunday run for the Eagle.
121.
Almost surprising.
Well, Larry Butler has won 9 CDC circuit events, and I believe
81.
we've established maybe 7 of them were Sundays.
Yep.
So
I think it was actually 8 of 9.
8 of 9.
And he's 9 of 10 in finals and on circuit
43.
events in the CDC. A 90% win rate.
Untouchable.
Yep.
Untouchable.
I believe the stat is Leonard Gates has to win the next 14 still.
60.
Straight finals if he wants to tie that 90% win rate. He's
Don't-
12 and 6.
Don't throw any challenges that Leonard Gates might actually meet.
100. Stefan, you require 132.
I think it's just gross that Soldiers played in 18 circuit event finals.
Meet.
Stefan, you require 100.
Circuit event final. Treble 19 would have. The setup play
Justin,
is
you
Fawcett
require
on 86. Oh, ideally. That second dart,
70. Stefan, you
AE
require
should have been a fat
28.
18. Like it, the fact
Yeah,
that it dragged below into the skinny of the one is not good at all.
Yeah, much more towards even the double, right? Just to clearly get it into that big fat
No
part
score.
of that
Justin,
dart.
you
But that's
require
just
16.
that's tightening of those muscles, some anxiety.
It's a good marker on dart 2.
Game shot in the
Finds
third
it on
leg.
dart 3, so 2-1 lead now for Fawcett. He's back on throw.
Fourth leg. Stefan to throw first. Game on.
And now Rousso find himself behind. He's had darts to
43.
win every single leg.
Yeah, at times it's felt a little bit that Stefan has
92.
tried to do a little too much, because Justin certainly giving him the opportunity to just settle down and throw solid 85s and tons, and that would be good enough.
85.
An 85 there from Rousso.
60.
Pretty cool. We had our social media manager, KJ McGlynn, on my show, To The Point Streaming, about a month and a half ago as a guest host, and she wore
59.
herself a Justin Fawcett jersey on the stream that day.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
$59.
You see the eyes from Fawcett on that 19 look that hit kind of the dead fat center of the single 19 shooting at the treble, and the eyebrows went up. He is, if he wins this
92.
match, it'll be the scrappiest victory for Fawcett probably in his career, because you can tell just how much he's struggling with his throw right the second and fighting it, and still able to scratch and claw
140.
2 trebles in that visit, and his average is getting closer to 70 as he struggles hard in this match.
140.
Yeah, well, there you
Justin,
go.
you
Just
require
both players
150.
just stepped up and gave you two scoring wedges, but it feels that either one that can just consistently start to put together just one scoring triple
100.
in every
Stefan,
single
you
turn
require
will be the one
82.
that will really create distance for themselves. And we know both of these guys are capable of it, so it's just one of those in match things that everybody starts to get just a little tighter.
35.
Stefan with a
Justin, you require
bull
50.
shot attempt there. So
Big
now
opportunity.
Justin, yep, tops.
Game shot in the fourth leg.
Much better there, AE.
Yeah,
Fifth
I mean
leg.
that one
Justin to throw
that's
first.
got to settle
Game
Justin
on.
down, and yeah, not have the attitude of that's the aberration. That should be the norm because that was a good looking double 20.
36.
And we've talked about it. The first match for these two gentlemen. We're almost 2 hours into the event start time, and they're playing their first match.
100.
You know, it's tough to stay warm and focused. You do know that you're the fourth match on the board because that's already listed. So you can kind of pace yourself a little bit better that way. But yeah, I mean,
85.
first match of the day, you're going to see some struggle buses. And both these gentlemen are fighting right now to find their form.
Yeah, it is that fourth spot.
95.
You know, when the draw comes out, but the draw we now do the draw prior a couple of days, so they've got enough notice that they're both experienced players, so it shouldn't be an issue.
55.
But it very well may be.
But either way, it's just the fact that any player, if your first match on, if your fourth match on, to get started and get rolling it takes some time. And Rousso now starting to find his range. Could not have left anything but the bogey unless he hit a 180. But Fawcett also starting to do the same. Nice steady ton there. But Rousso, an opportunity to break right back.
43.
Oh, look at this from Fawcett. What timing.
140.
Great 140.
Stefan,
Leaves
you require
85 with Rousso on
123.
1, 2, 3. Big darts incoming. Treble 18. Bullseye.
89. Justin, you require 85.
Maybe rush the third dart a touch. Bullseye for Fawcett.
53.
Well, it's a happy little accident.
Stefan, you require 34.
Nice setup.
He just teed it up nicely. Right at the double 17. Yep. 1. Double 8.
24.
Oh, and that just bends the wire.
26.
That could be the difference in this match.
Justin,
As Fawcett now 3 clear at 32 to take a 4-1 lead.
No score.
Yeah, those first
Stefan,
two
you
were
require
too far off, right?
I didn't think he should have moved. You know, I thought he should have just stayed there and thrown with
Game
that same
shot in the fifth leg.
angle. But there you go. Nobody misses double 4.
Sixth leg.
And Stefan
Stefan to
Rousso
go
puts
first.
first
Game
dart
on.
in and has picked up scoring a little bit. So a big break and an opportunity to tie things up.
100.
Yeah, and for Fawcett, it's one of those moments in a match where he's just making things harder on himself. He had 3 darts clear to make it a 4-1 lead and kind of just cleanly get through this match.
45.
And instead, now it's a battle where they're back on throw completely.
$134.
And Thunder is starting to hit 2 trebles a turn.
$140.
Good to see that 140 from Fawcett to match it.
60.
We have our first top 32 match out there on the floor going on. Stowe Buns taking on Shane Radigan.
That's what I was just looking at, my friend. I was taking a look at as we turn the corner. We're wrapping up
83.
the round of 64, and I wanted to see any interesting matches, and that was one of them. I want to see that Bunce Radigan match, how that plays out. Very interesting there.
139.
Spellman, Rory Hansen, Jason Brandon, Jim Long, Jeremiah Millar on board 7.
Yeah.
That so far is the biggest match that jumps out at me.
90. Stefan, you
So
require
far in the last 32, and of course we've got a Savvada Vanderwight that looks very, very tasty.
Stefan's got 65 left. He's going to go the bullseye route.
45.
Leaves 25.
Oh,
I think that is the right shot there.
43.
Fawcett,
Justin,
the
you require
143, if it
143.
goes, will be huge. It will not. We'll see how he sets this up. Looking down.
49. Stefan, you require 25.
Gives us a little smile. One for double 12.
Game shot in the 6th.
And the double 12 is pinned. We are tied
play.
up here,
Justin
AE
to throw
3-3
first.
ball game.
Game on.
That's it. Now it's a best 2 out of 3 to advance into the next round and a showdown with Joey Leno.
50.
Taking a look at the Dark Connect leaderboard. If you head to darkconnect.com and pull up the main event number 4, there's lots of cool stuff that you can check out as the day goes by. A whole leaderboard that tells you 3 dart averages, first 9 averages, their average finish, how many tons and ton 40 pluses they've hit, how many 180s.
81.
A whole big treasure trove of information. Looking at Long and Millar, both coming out of their first round, both averaging about
60.
98 in their first 9. So should be some really good scoring in that match, and we'll keep an eye on that.
$45.
Yeah, liking the look of the results so far.
77.
We have 14 guys above 80 on the averages in round 1. The highest 3-dart average is Jeremiah Millar's 89.2. Yeah, looking tasty. Rousso going to switch to the 17s,
91.
I believe. Yep, gets 91 scored. Fawcett on his throw is well behind. And Rousso,
45.
a great opportunity to break
Stefan,
right
you
here. It
require
was 3-1
136.
Fawcett. And Rousso in the driver's seat to make it 4-3 and be throwing for the match.
96.
And the perfect tee up.
$58. Stefan, you require
Stefan
40.
Rousso with a chance to take his first lead in this match.
Game
Needs
shot
double
in
20.
the 7th
First
leg.
dart goes in. Stefan
Big leg.
Rousso
Stefan
breaks
to throw
Fawcett
first.
and now
Game on.
is on the precipice of advancing into the last 32 of the DJD Masters, event number 4 on the road to the 2025
55.
Continental Cup Tour Finals Championship in Philadelphia, October 17th and 18th. Tickets on sale soon.
Yeah, reminder for everybody, though, speaking of
46.
tickets, you're going to get them now. The U.S. Darts Masters and the North American Darts Championship is selling out fast at MSG. So get your tickets immediately,
25.
or else you might miss out on one of the greatest parties in darts.
MSG is going to be a rockin'.
I don't know if I've been more excited
135.
for an event, and except for London. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ali Pali is Ali Pali. But
no,
But-
no. Ali Pali doesn't come with the chicken parm and the pizza and the hot
87.
dog and the
Amen.
Chinese food that I'm gonna get when I'm back in the Big Apple.
You know what? You have just changed my opinion. You are right. The food.
The food is the difference maker. The best PDC event in the world
45.
is in New York City.
I love it. It's like when in Rome. When in Philly, you get the cheesesteak. When in New York, you get the pizza.
136.
You gotta get the pizza.
$123.
Justin, a little count up 1, 2, 3 action. Puts him on 152. Rousso, a couple of big trebles
94.
here.
Justin, you require 152.
The 94 will help. Puts him on 104, but Fawcett, an outside shot. Needs to go in 6, you think. And, man, those first 2 darts are
66.
not going to help him with there, but that's the
Stefan, you
best
require
66 you're going to
104.
find.
Puts a little pressure on Rousseau's 104, but with the 104, Stefan Rousso can advance out of here and into the next round against Joey Leno.
48.
So
Justin, you
Fawcett has a
require
chance to stay
86.
alive. 86 beckons. $12 shot, 74. Can't even single up for a bull. And Rousso comes back
34.
for 56.
Stefan, you require 56.
And while a lot of stuff has let down Fawcett, the setup play has been the main one there. Rousso, one more dart at double
Game shot
for the
and
match, and he gets it done. 5-3 victory for Stefan Rousso over Justin Fawcett. So Rousso has a battle against Joey Leno in the last 32.
Our round of 32 is all set. Coming to you after the next commercial break is Adam Savvada versus Ryan Vanderwight and Joey Leno versus Stefan Rousso. Take us out of here, brother.
Wait. Yeah, great matches coming your way next, folks. So stay with us. The DJD Masters is back in action right after our break.
That's what I like to see. That's real darts. Pure dart! The greatest darting force on the planet right now. How about that? Oh, magnificent! Sensational darts!
Welcome to Shootin' the Bull, the official podcast of the Championship Dart Circuit.
I smell a late summer special episode on which state has the best players and do we go bulls or triples on certain outshots for these two gentlemen. We've got lots of content to come later this summer.
That, you got to
These
get
boys
Baggish
are
on
great.
here.
You two plus Baggish, and we're going to have like an hour and 20 minutes on cricket strategy. Is that where we're going with this? I love it. I'm in.
There's no strategy in cricket. I'm down.
Hitcore is the streaming entertainment alternative. Live concerts and comedy? Hitcore has it. Premium high-def audio and video? Hitcore has it. A customizable entertainment experience? Hitcore has that as well. No app? No problem. Set up an account, decide what you want to watch, buy it, then press play. It's that easy. Hitcore is live and on demand 24/7. Hitcore, where every live event becomes your experience.
That's what I like to see. That's real dance. Pure dance. The greatest darting force on the planet right now. How about that? Oh, magnificent. Sensational dance!
Welcome to Shooting the Bull, the official podcast of the championship dart circuit.
I smell a late summer special episode on which state has the best players and do we go bowls or triples on certain outshots for these two gentlemen. We've got lots of content to come later this summer.
That, you got to get Baggish on
great.
here.
You two plus Baggish, and we're going to have like an hour and 20 minutes on cricket strategy. Is that where we're going with this? I love it. I'm in.
There's no strategy in cricket. I'm down.
Hitcore is the streaming entertainment alternative. Live concerts and comedy? Hitcore has it. Premium high-def audio and video? Hitcore has it. A customizable entertainment experience? Hitcore has that as well. No app? No problem. Set up an account, decide what you want to watch, buy it, then press play. It's that easy. Hitcore is live and on demand 24/7. Hitcore, where every live event becomes your experience.
Welcome back to the DJ. Welcome back to the DJD Masters.
Thank you so much, Jim. Sean Green joined once again by Anthony Eugenia, my partner in comms this entire weekend long. And AE, whoa, they are off and rolling to say the least. It is a 1-0 scoreline already for Adam Savvada.
Our apologies for getting you late into this match. But here we go. Adam Savvada and Vanderwight, we saw two pretty good performances. I mean, Adam obviously not as brilliant as we know he can be. Both averaged around 80. Checkout percentages about the same, 36, 38 respectively. So similar performances from the two of them. But we know, Adam's ceiling is insanely high. Can completely put on 20 to 25 points on that average. We saw Vanderwight get better in his first match against Gino Florian as that match progressed.
100.
Scoring got better. Doubling got tighter. So let's see what we get out of the gate. But Savvada jumping out to a quick 1-0 lead with Vanderwight's task here to tie things up on his throw.
Yeah, and you can definitely see a struggle there for Ryan in leg
81.
number 1. But like you mentioned earlier, he keeps getting better and better as the legs go on. In the previous match for both players, Savvada in this tournament, a 79 average in the first match. He was 5 for 13
43.
on his checkout opportunities with 180. And for Vanderwight, an 81 average, 5 for 14 on his checkout opportunities. Yet
100.
to hit a 180, but that's okay because he's getting across the finish line either way, and now way out in front here in leg number 2.
$95. Ryan, you require
Savvada 95 in that route. So Ryan's got 6 starts at 94. You can go about this either way. Double 8.
Game shot in the second
And it goes in.
Third leg is Adam to throw first.
So
94, 3-dart combo for Ryan.
Yeah, great checkout for him. 1-1 score line now. AE still race to 5.
128.
So still a short format, so a very valuable break of hold the throw to tie things up for Ryan.
30.
The winner of this match takes on the winner of our next match. So we'll be coming to you without a commercial break. That's Joey Leno taking on Stefan Rousso.
100.
Yeah, two good tasty
Savvada
matchups.
Oh, yeah, to say the least.
97.
Savada's overall CDC average is an 89.5. You're all right, buddy. I'm looking at a screen, and you had no idea I was about to talk. To Ryan's 82.5. Now, AE, what were you going to talk about?
Well, just as we turn the corner into the round of 32,
85.
you had noted that Radigan and Bunce got us kicked off, and they've completed. So Bunce moves into the last 16 with a 5-0 win over Radigan. But a lot of those big seeds are now back in action, and we'll take a look at everybody. Doug Boehm in action, Jim Long 1-0 on Jeremiah Malor.
95.
We're looking at Savvada
Adam,
here.
you require
Cameron just took Carlos Rivera from New York City 5-0. Gates is actually down a leg to Darryl Christie 3-2, and Alex Spellman is down 4-2 to Rory Hansen. So we'll keep an eye out to see if the Jackal can overcome a strong performance by Rory Hansen.
And so far, Bunce and Cameron have not
45.
lost a single leg
Adam, you require
in their
8.
2 matches so far.
Bunce and Cameron doing Bunce and Cameron things, right?
Exactly. Double 2 here for Savvada.
Game shot in the
Does
third
go
leg.
for a 2-1 lead, a hold a
Fourth
throw.
leg is Ryan to throw
17 darter from Savvada.
first. Game on.
Ryan was miles behind. So far, chalk on throw.
43.
The Reaper, one of 8 that we will see at Madison Square Garden this year on the big stage.
60.
He played Rob Cross in the first round, the champion last year. Took a couple legs off of him, but that was about it against Rob.
100.
And Savvada favors the same side of the board, AE.
As Rob?
Yep, those 18s.
Yeah.
131.
Now, am I allowed to be mean and cruel if I love somebody and I have a good relationship with them?
Of course.
Really? Okay. So we'll see Ryan Vanderwight at MSG as well, but he'll be in the crowd. Bada boom.
Hey, sometimes you make it there every year in one way. Sometimes you make it there every year in a different way.
I kid because I love. Does Ryan Vanderwight have the capacity to get on that stage? You're damn right he does. So that's why I can kid my boy a little bit. I mean, those are the days. Not that the 8 players that are up there are obviously worth you spending your money, but we've talked about
84.
If
Ryan
Joey Leno or Ryan Vanderwight to New York City area stalwarts, ever made that MSG stage, the insanity that would ensue.
All 3 days would sell
45.
out.
Adam, you require.
Or all 3 sessions would sell out like that. Just all of New York City would buy up those tickets. Savvada still on. Ooh, needed that second one to leave himself the finish. Not going to do
94.
so.
Ryan, you
So
require
Vanderwight,
95.
big moment here. 95 left. Oh, good first.
Game shot in the
Oh,
leg.
great second for
Fifth leg, Adam to
RVW.
throw first. Game on.
So super pretty. 2 dart combination, triple, double on the 19s, and we're all squared at 2 legs apiece.
140.
Oh, and look at this. That's a perfect dart for Vanderwight to follow.
140.
Yeah, nice 140 from Ryan. For Savvada, that first start on the bottom wire of the treble 20 is golden for him to follow suit with 2 more.
57.
For Ryan, that top part of the wire there on the treble 20 just opens up that door for him to find more. He has a long dart and it pitches up on him, so Ryan does not like the dart below the treble. But he also gets to utilize it heavily if it's above it. That's a perfect dart for Savvada. Stays in it. I'm surprised he didn't switch to the 18s just because he could there, and with how well he hits those. Ryan, another treble will leave the 164. Not going to do so.
Tried too hard on that third dart. Tensed up a little too much.
$22.
Oh, and you would have thought Savvada would have taken a much bigger bite of that. Doesn't even get himself to a finish. So a massive opportunity here for Ryan Vanderwight. He's got to keep him straight and true, and he does. 123
to leave an easy ton. That's just good math, AE.
It's the Sesame Street 1, 2, 3. Solid mathematical performance from Ryan Vanderwight. RV dub.
129. Ryan, you require 100.
So let's see. We saw a 2 dart combo on the 19s. Not going to happen. Does he go double? He's going to go for it. 1 in.
80. Adam, you require
good
58.
effort from Ryan Vanderwight, but a 2 darter for Savvada. You would expect this to go in.
Look how perfectly dead center that first dart is. It's a bit awkward now.
Game shot in the
but he
fifth
finds
leg.
the right side
Fifth
of
leg
the
is
double
Ryan
bed.
go first.
And did you see that extra little
Game on.
snap? Like that, that was just forced a little bit in the most positive way. And back to your let's not overlook what you brought up that we've seen in prior matches, the inability to hit that big single, right? So that's a dart that right so square in the middle of that 18 bed that is a practiced dart. I guarantee you that.
Yep. And we see it so often correlate, right? When that first dart is like on the wire of the single, that double's not getting hit, right? If it's dead center, that first dart, the confidence to then pin the double afterwards,
82.
it just seems to correlate so often with each other.
$100.
Ryan needs 100. I'd say a 140. I mean, in all reality, I mean, that was on Adam's throw, so Ryan let that go.
174.
Big score, 174 from Ryan Vanderwight. That's what he needed to hold his throw and keep things knotted at 3.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Reaper found another
Ryan,
big trouble, doesn't do so.
But very close,
yep.
my friend. Yep, he's going to make Ryan earn this if Ryan can cash in. Triple 15, I meant, on the other side of the wire. So 90 scored 55.
Adam, you
to
require
leave tops.
161.
Boy, oh boy, we know Savvada is more than capable of cashing in on this.
Yeah, he's also seen it happen to him.
91.
With Leonard Gates,
Ryan, you
so
require 40.
he's still looking for that redemption 161 checkout. But Vanderwight to tie it back up with a hold a throw. Big dart.
No score.
Not like him to miss tops, AE.
70.
No, they were good. They were right on top of that wire. That truly was. There was nothing that Ryan did wrong in those throws. And, here he is against the wall. Double 16 for Savvada.
38.
You thought that was going to go in. So Ryan gets another crack at tops.
Game shot in the 6th leg.
Yeah, and
First
that's all you have to
dart
say.
goes in.
7th leg
And
is Adam
outside
to
of
throw
that little bit of messiness, that's the leg that we thought we'd get from both of these guys. Power scoring from both of them, both 3-digit scores in there, and that's the leg that we want to see. And if we can continue that, this is just spectacular.
140.
Yeah, so far it's been chalk. Every leg with the throw up to this point. And yeah, when you give Ryan
85.
Vanderwight another crack at 3 darts at tops, yeah, you've lost the leg. Statistically speaking, that is more than likely the end of that
43.
leg for you.
$45.
Official word out on the floor, and Rory Hansen takes out Alex Spellman.
Ooh.
Leonard Gates locked at 4 against Darryl Christie, so that's in a last leg decider.
81.
Yeah, Gates has 2 darts at a double to win the match. 52 left, and he does take it out in 2. So Leonard Gates does win that 5-4.
97.
Dougie Boehm out there trying to stay perfect today.
139.
Well, almost perfect.
$100. Adam, you require 98.
And a ton doesn't put any pressure on Savvada's 98, so he'll have 6 darts if he needs to, but it's Adam Savvada. You wouldn't expect them to. 24 remaining,
Game shot in
and
the
he
7th
pegs
leg.
it. 98 out
8th
for
leg is
Savvada
Ryan
to
first.
take a pivotal
Game on.
leg 7. So it's all up to Ryan with his throw to stay in this match. Got to open up big and put pressure right on Savvada. 2 in the bed.
135.
Doing exactly that. The 135, unlucky that wasn't a 180. And, man, it feels like Adam struggled so hard in this match that he's still averaging almost 87 AE.
Well, those are self-imposed
43.
standards, right? We know Adam Savvada, usually lives about 10 points higher. So, I mean, that's where the man is set his expectations levels at.
135.
But there you go, Ryan, back-to-back 135s in a must situation.
If this does go the distance, AE, which is looking likely right now, it'll be Savvada with the throw in the last leg decider. And we have had a chalk match up to this point. 0 breaks of throw.
38.
So advantage Savvada if it does go to that last leg decider. But that's all RV Dubs wants to happen right now.
Without a doubt, take your chances on a last leg decider where any
100.
small mistake can change the momentum.
Yeah, if you told Ryan at the beginning of this match you're going to go to a last leg decider with Adam Savvada, he'd be like, all right, cool, I'll take it.
133.
He'd absolutely sign up for it. A massive 133.
And AE, for someone who gets better as the match goes on, we're seeing it again in this match. We're going to see the strongest version of Ryan Vanderwight in this last leg decider. If it goes that way.
2 darts for tops to tie us up.
Game shot in the 8th leg.
Only needs one, and as you said, that confidence now builds
first.
exactly. Ryan Vanderwight's got to feel good back there, and these first 3 darts are going to set the big tone.
58.
Can't
There's
find
the
a
tone.
scoring wedge, so the door is ajar for Vanderwight.
Who, by the way, is 4 for 7 on doubles.
100.
Both nervy turns there. Ryan was pegging that triple in the previous leg, and just a matter of being a win or die leg just tenses things up a little
83.
bit. Big third dart from Adam. Keeps things honest. So Ryan off throw has got to put in some scoring wedges. Hasn't yet been able to do
84.
that big third dart himself. What a good tense leg.
Every treble is gold. Right. And Savada's
180.
in a gold rush.
That's a 180 for the Reaper.
What a time for that.
100.
Oh, and Ryan sticking around. Big third darts there. But, yeah, Savvada cuts his score completely in half, and he's going to look for a 140 to leave tops.
85.
Slack last start.
Right, just a little overcompensation. So Vanderwight needs a 140.
Looking down for the 137.
101. Adam, you require
That'll work.
95.
It puts enough pressure on. Yep. 20. Bullseye for the match.
59. Ryan,
And
you
he's not
require
going to be happy about that
160.
attempt. Over to you, Ryan Vanderwight.
No, it was a smart play, but, yeah, disappointing effort. Wrong side of the wire. Good trajectory. Just a little bit. Try to avoid that dart that was sitting
40.
in there.
Adam, you
Adam
require
Savvada
36.
looks at double 18.
His favorite double on the
Good
happy
shot
little
and a
accident. He
match.
pins it first start, and Savvada, the Reaper, has himself another victim, takes out Ryan Vanderwight in the last 32 in an epic last leg decider affair, AE. All chalk.
Yeah, like you said, everything went with throw, and Savvada will be like that's an experienced championship dart there. First dart square in the bed, like you said. That's he loves it up there in that Rob Cross kind of zone. It just no messing about, right and square to bed. Now I'll give you an honest assessment of that Vanderwight performance. A lot of times we talk about like moral victories, but in all honesty, Ryan had a lot of chances in there. That last leg, that was Savvada's with that 180, but Ryan's at a place here in his CDC journey. Those things got to start turning into wins, because Ryan Vanderwight, I tell you earnestly, folks out there, Ryan Vanderwight is a top, is a quarterfinal, semifinals, and someday champion in the CDC. It's there. I know it is, and it's going to come out someday, and it's got to start. The fruit's got to start coming out, and it will. It will. But those are the wins that he's got to put away against big opponents like Savvada.
Yeah, he had his opportunities, 4 for 7 on his doubles, and that is, class, world class on doubles. He just didn't get enough opportunities at it. Savvada 5 for 12, did enough with his opportunities to get the job done. And our next match that we're not going away for is going to be Joey Leno taking on Stefan Rousso.
Yeah, and while we wait for them, we'll just give you some bonus coverage of Lindbergh and Anstey. And, if my partner needs to take a break or something, fair point. I got it. But we're just going to let the pictures speak for themselves as you watch in there, and we'll get caught up on some stats and everything. And when we're ready, when the players are ready, we'll have Leno and Rousso for you. Other matches around the floor to take note of. Really interesting matchup between Ross Snook and Kylie Edmonds. We saw Snook take John Part out in the previous round. Now he's back against the wall. Kylie Edmonds up 3-1. A great Canadian clash there. And a real compelling match in front of us here on board number 2. Nick Lindbergh has always had a reputation of being a real steady competitor, steady operator, steady performer. Hasn't played it as much CDC in the recent past. But, when Nick was competing weekend in and weekend out, top 8, top 10 in the CDC. So Nick on any given day has the potential to take things the distance. And Albert's been a fun story to watch. Albert sort of coming back into high-level competitive play. A lot, I think, at the urging of Jacob Taylor, both Newfoundland residents, and it's not as if Nick Lindbergh ties things up, not as if Albert's gone anywhere per se, has stayed a big competitor on the island. It's a matter of playing sort of nationally and internationally. Albert highly ranked in the WDF a few years ago, and has had a big resurgence in the last probably about 18 months, just in terms of playing CDC, really getting in the mix. Part of the cross border this past spring in Los Angeles. Also partook in a really fun exhibition with Jeff Smith over in England, and took on a young man everyone might know, and Luke Littler. And I believe Albert took 2 legs off of Luke now. An exhibition nonetheless, but still. To take legs off the world champion is always a feather in the cap. So we've got Leno, Rousso warming up on our feature, and we'll be back to that. But as always, you can take a look at the entire tournament on darkconnect.com, tv.darkconnect.com, and you'll see Championship Darts Circuit 2025 main event number 4. You click on that, and you will be able to go and see the entire floor event with matches and stats and leaderboards and the whole deal. So we are ready to go to Leno and Rousso as they've bulled up. They're taking their 9.
AE, I appreciate you there, bud. Holding down the fort for me. Had to use the restroom real quick.
Now, what I want to try to decide is, do we let everybody see this pivotal leg 7 here between Lindbergh and Anstey, or go back? I'm trying to watch Dark Connect and see how close they are to getting started. I'd like to stay with this since we've let everybody see this. So All right, they shook hands. They're about ready to go, but let's. I'm going to ask production to stay with this for a second. Let's see if we can squeeze out the completion of this Lindbergh and Anstey. And there you go. Boom, right on cue. And the first 3 darts are being thrown on the other side. Oh, look at that smooth transition. Well done, boys. Well done. And here we go. Leno, Rousso underway.
Appreciate that, AE, of doing that bonus coverage for me. Just making sure everybody can still hear me.
We got you, brother.
All right, cool. Appreciate you, bud. My mic unplugged there for a second, so I had to get out and go back in. But let's look at this. Joey Leno, Stéphane Rousso. Going to be a good pace for Joey.
Yeah, really good scoring for Joey in that first game against Nicholas Cripps. I believe he had a ton 80 in each of the first 3 legs. 5-2 victory. Rousso, on the other hand, struggled pretty mightily against Fawcett. Both players did, in all fairness. So that was just sort of who's going to stumble over the finish line first. And we know Stéphane has a lot more left and, a lot more in the tank to go to. So just a matter of how much Joey's going to push him. And we see another 180 from young Leno, followed by a 60.
And the 104 opportunity now. Still on, 97 left. Not on anymore. And actually got a question about the chalk that's in Nick Lindbergh's hand when he throws. We have a few players that use chalk. They just hold it in their non-dominant hand while they play darts. David Cameron, Gary Mawson, a couple of other guys who do that. And it's just, they've been used to it for 20 years, AE. And even though we're on Dart Connect, they're comfortable. They're comfortable with that more than anything else.
Part of their routine, and it goes back to a large part of in Canada. The tradition was scoring yourselves, a lot of round robin play. So you get that scoring chalk in your hand, hold on to it as if it's a 4th dart, and away. In the left palm.
Yeah, there's actually great darts there from Joey. Yeah, nice 1-3-4. There's actually a player that we saw at the Bullshooter World Finals in Chicago that he had so much chalk on his darts that it made a nice little poof. The treble bed of the 20 was actually pretty white in the soft tip dartboard, which is not an ideal for cleaning those bad boys on up.
Yeah, I would imagine on that surface. Keith Deller was pretty famous for that as well. There was 60. Always a big, large
Joey,
poof
you require
when Deller's darts would slam into the board, and that's just the way it was. And that was, back when he probably had a little bag of chalk as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Joey picking up where
94.
he left off in the last round, scoring very solidly, putting a lot of pressure on Stéphane Rousso.
Yeah, Stéphane, the type of player that the longer the match goes, the more into it he's going to get. You saw that against Fawcett. Fawcett got up 3-1 and lost 5-3 to Rousso. So if you're Joey, you want to do this as quickly as you can.
Stéphane, you require 92.
But misses 2 darts at the double there. So Rousso, 92. 2 left to break right back. First dart was at the bull. He missed that by a good inch or so.
We got 30, 42, 52, 56.
And ends up not doing much with that. 32. So Leno, double 16 for a 2-0 lead and a hole to throw, and he does exactly that.
Third leg. Stéphane to throw first. Game on.
So a quick update out from the floor before we turn our attention back to the match in front of us. An update to that bonus coverage. Lindbergh Anstey going
55.
into a last leg decider, knotted at 4. In play, Jason Brandon, the winner of last night's qualifier, up 3-1
44.
on Ollie Jones. Match is completed. Alex Spellman got out of that pickle against Rory Hansen and took that
Nope.
going the distance 5-4.
Hansen won.
91.
That's not how it's listed on my Dark Connect.
I have Hansen 5-4.
I have Alex. No. I have
Maybe
Alex
it's
Spellman
54.
80.98. The 5 is to the
Oh,
left on Alex
mine-
Spellman's side.
Mine looks.
I'm going to refresh.
Mine was different. No, I refreshed, and it's now reversed for me. So, I guess I got entered wrong on Dark Connected originally.
26.
Because remember, we talked about Rory upsetting Alex Spellman.
Let me,
Earlier
I'm going to ask our team to make sure that
137.
that's all, because you know the CDC staff is going to be on top of that. But coming out of the last 32, just a rundown.
Yeah.
Bunce through, Cameron through, Edmonds through, Savvada
60.
through, Bame through, Long through, Gates through. So those are the players booking spots in the last 16, and we'll get confirmation on that Spellman.
137.
Yeah, if that's the case, then, which I trust now that I refreshed it and it was different,
39.
it'll be every top seed will have moved
Joey Urquhart,
on
129.
to the last 16, the top 8 seeds, except for the 7 seed and Gary Mawson, who lost in round number 1.
76,
And Joey just
97.
setting it up, already up 2-0, and it's against the throw of Rousso. Joey's going to come back with 3 clear darts at 32 for a 3-0 lead over the
60. Joey Urquhart, 32.
the man from Quebec.
Game shot in the third leg.
And the double 8 does go for the New Yorker
Fourth leg. Joey
from
to throw
Queens.
first.
3-0 lead now.
Game on.
From Queens, New York, Joseph Leno. Silent but deadly. Yeah, Rousseau's in a tough spot. First to 5 still.
134.
So Joey in a commanding position. 2 breaks a throw. And we're getting some clarification. I think, I'm trying to ask the staff, and I get 2
97.
immediate replies. I asked who won, Spellman or Hansen, and I get Hansen and then Spellman. So I may have to bother Peter Cetera, our
180.
tournament director, to get some classifications, and that's a 180 for
Yeah, Joey-
Joseph Leno.
Joey has 5 today.
123.
The leaderboard. I'm sure that probably is your tops on the leaderboard. Yep, going into this
47.
round, Doug Bame had 4, so Joey's 5 puts him out front there.
$100.
The important part is not only
Joey
is that
Urquhart,
happening where the
140.
scoring, his finishing has been textbook as well. 75 left. Yep.
116.
It's the treble 17 to leave 24.
Okay, so yeah, there was just a
97.
gaffe by
Joey
the
Urquhart,
scorekeeper.
24.
A lot of times, if people aren't used to scoring electronically, which I'm gonna
Game
make a big
shot in the
assumption.
fourth leg.
It's Joey
Fifth
Leno
leg,
puts in
Stefan
your
to
double
throw
12.
first. Game
Believe it
on.
or not, I think a lot of Canada is just starting to come around to some of the Dark Connect. Playing on Dark Connect. So traditionally, I remember this was the early days. A
95.
lot of people would have a problem with this. Hansen busted, and some people forget that you have to enter that as a bust. And so when
38.
Spellman then took out 100, I guess maybe they had similar scores, or I know what it is. Dark Connect has these little flights. Was the out taken out in 1, 2, or 3 darts, and the person just hit the
47.
flight for Spellman's 100. and but then since it was still showing Hansen as throwing, it registered as a Hansen win. So you saw the
81.
original version that had Hansen 5-4, but that was an error. So the tournament staff corrected it manually. So the true score line is now reflected there. Spellman did indeed take that match 5-4.
60.
Appreciate that from AE on the update there. And yeah, obviously a huge battle on the dartboard with Spellman getting the result. So the number 4 seed still left in this tournament.
55.
Sure, some players that are still left were like excited, and then nah.
Aw.
60.
Yeah, most importantly, probably the excitement would have been Jason Brandon or Oliver Jones. Rousso trying to get a big trouble to leave the finish.
60.
Not going to do so. So Leno 6 from 224 for the match. And he is
140.
going to leave it pretty handy. Still 6 starts from 84 left for Joey.
And one of our floor officials obviously has some early flight reservations
98.
or something. The last
Joey, you
16
require
match already
84.
underway from Cameron and Edmonds. Somebody's got
They
a bag
are
packed
running.
and an Uber ordered.
59.
Oh,
Stefan, you require
Joey tried to pop the
86.
balloon for the 5-0 victory. Rousseau's going to get a shot here, 86. It might only be 1 dart at the bowl.
Those directives come down from the Grand
Game
Poobah.
shot in the fifth
Oh,
leg.
bowl from Stefan Rousseau
leg. Joey
to
to
get the
throw
first leg
first.
on the
Game
board
on.
and stay alive in this contest. It's Sunday, Sean, so the
58.
dictate comes down from the Grand Poobah himself, the tournament director, Peter Cetera. No messing about. Get those games on the board, get them played, and let's get things moving on a
95.
Sunday. A pack up and move out Sunday.
Love it.
140.
Yeah, I got to be honest, AE, as much as I don't necessarily love being remote for commentary, which is this weekend's been much better. Overall, huge shout out to the production team, of course,
66.
yourself for being an amazing partner in comms. The one thing that I don't miss is the cleanup duty for being on site.
Hidden blessings, my friend. Hidden blessings.
46.
Yeah, those of you at home don't really understand that our tournament staff are not just fantastic tournament staff,
94.
but also the roadies, the cooks, the limousine
59.
rider or drivers. They're everything on our tournament staff, and we appreciate all of them and for all their hard work, especially the on-site crew this weekend.
43. $100.
It looks like Manal in the driver's seat leaves 98 after 15. 87 average has been phenomenal from Joey as well.
95. Joey, you require 98.
Yeah, if Joey can take this out, 78. Okay, 60 to set up
58.
tops.
Stefan, you require 108.
And this would be for a date with Adam Savvada in the top 16, which would be a very good battle between these two.
Agreed. If Joey stays in this form, I mean, certainly Adam's. We know where Adam can go, but if Joey can
30.
keep the scoring and
Joey,
keep
you
this
require
form, I
40.
definitely think he can be. He can push Adam Savvada.
$8.
Ooh, and not
Stefan,
yet.
you require 78.
Must go for Rousseau.
1.
Oh, no. First start detrimental. 77 remains.
An utter disaster. But look at the fix. 2 10s.
58.
Almost
Joey
recovered
requires
from it.
32. Game shot and
But
the
Joey
match.
says, thank you very much. 5-1 victory for Leno.
So we will see after the commercial break an Adam Savvada, Joey Leno showdown. You know, Ryan Vanderwight went 5-4 against Savvada. So, you know, Savvada, you know, has shown a little bit of a little chink in the armor. So let's see what both players bring to the table in the round of 16.
Yeah, you're not going to go anywhere, folks. More from the DJD Masters, event number 4 on the road to the Continental Cup Tour Finals.
Let's see what both players bring to the table in the round of 16.
Yeah, you're not going to go anywhere, folks. More from the DJD Continental Cup Tour Finals Championship in Philadelphia. Continue.
Unbelievable! That's what I like to see. That's real darts. Pure dart! The greatest darting force on the planet right now. How about that? Oh, magnificent! Sensational darts!
Welcome to Shooting the Bull, the official podcast of the Championship Dart Circuit.
I smell a late summer special episode on which state has the best players and do we go bulls or triples on certain outshots for these two gentlemen. We've got lots of content to come later
If you
this
do
summer.
that, you got to
These
get
boys
Baggish
are
on
great.
here.
You two plus Baggish, and we're going to have like an hour and 20 minutes on cricket strategy. Is that where we're going with this? I love it. I'm in.
There's no
'Cause
strategy
basically,
in cricket. I'm down.
Hitcore is the streaming entertainment alternative. Live concerts and comedy? Hitcore has it. Premium high-def audio and video? Hitcore has it. A customizable entertainment experience? Hitcore has that as well. No app? No problem. Set up an account, decide what you want to watch, buy it, then press play. It's that easy. Hitcore is live and on demand 24/7. Hitcore, where every live event becomes your experience.
Welcome back to the DJD Masters.
Thank you, Jim. And we are back once again for our board final here, the top 16, featuring silent but deadly Joey Leno, 23 years of age, taking on Adam Savvada, the Reaper, yesterday's champion, trying to go for the double dip in Cambridge. He's got to get through the young Joey Leno first.
Yep, we look back at. Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
No, you're good. I'm Sean Green, joined once again by Anthony Eugenia, AE. I meant to say that earlier, so I would have jumped in anyway.
If you don't know by now who's on the microphone, come on, where you been? But we'll take a look.
Church.
Hey, in fairness, all right. Somebody's just sliding in from church and taking the family out to IHOP or Waffle House, a nice Sunday, and it's like, okay, let me go see. Pray tell, what two knuckleheads are behind the microphone for this nice CDC event? Okay, there you go. So we've got Savvada Leno. They've played each other twice in the CDC.
Mm-hmm.
Savada's taken him twice. One was way back in 2021, but one was in event 1. So most recently was 6-5. So pretty tight there for Savvada. So so Leno certainly has the capabilities of pushing Adam Savvada to the edge.
Yeah, absolutely. And Savvada did not average badly in that event number 1 match, a 91 average for him to Joey's 85.5. It'll come down to the finishing. Will Joey continue to be pretty good on these doubles? Will Savvada be able to jump out with the scoring power?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, because Joey, one of the best parts of his game is his scoring, especially today.
Yeah, a good looking practice round there on the doubles from Joey. But you're right. Yeah, Joey can score with the best of them, and an interesting sort of number that's jumping out at me. You talked about this when we saw Joey play Nicholas Cripps earlier about both being young players, but that being said, Joey's actual experience here on the main tour, he's played 106 matches,
Yep.
and Savvada. Savvada, even though he's, CDC champion and such, 86 matches. So Joey's actually has more CDC main tour experience than Savvada, which is a little interesting.
Oh, it absolutely is something to keep in mind here. No moment's going to be too big for this 23-year-old. That is for sure. He's shown that at all stages of his development in the start game. Savvada trying to take out another DPNY champion.
Oh, yeah. You mean the Reaper's going to just come in and crush NYC? Come on. That's not nice. That's not thoughtful.
I mean, that's technically his job as Reaper.
Yeah, good point. Good point. You got me there, Rabbit. You got me there. So the great CDC tournament staff keeping the whip on the players. We are fully underway out there at the top 16. So, yeah, if you want to go to Dark Connect, you can keep tabs on everything. You've got Long, Savvada, Bunt, Spellman, Gates, Cameron, all in play here at the DJD Masters.
Hey, one to point out to you here, AE, that is a rematch of a top 8 yesterday. That's Caden Newberry taking on Leonard Gates. Newberry right now up 2-1 and took Leonard to the exact last leg decider in the must win by 2 clear legs format yesterday, where Newberry would have won it if it was first to 6 or first to 7. So continuing his great run this weekend, trying to take it a step further.
Yeah, very impressive day yesterday from
Joey
Caden.
require
As
100.
you said, he's been in good form of late, but to see him on the CDC cameras and the way he kept his poise and performed well was quite impressive.
Adam, you require 54.
Joey had one dart at tops there to break the throw of Savvada right away. Savvada will have 2 clear. It'll be at double 18.
Game shot in the first
And he's
leg.
been pretty perfect on that double 18 today.
Joey to throw first. Game on.
1-0 lead for Savvada.
We saw Adams' match with Ryan
99.
Vanderwight go stay on throw the entire 9 legs. So Adam keeping that by picking up leg 1 on his throw, and we move on.
180.
And that's a 180 for the Reaper, Adam Savvada.
Yeah, perfect start against the throw. But Joey
140.
fires in a 140 to stay with him. That's a good answer.
$55.
So Adam Savvada, closest big city of competition that he lives by is going to be Phoenix
92.
out there in Arizona, but he still lives far enough away. He's a couple-hour drive from any big giant competition around him, right? Like New York City, you got Joey, you got Ryan. They're all right there to battle each other. That iron sharpens
Joey
iron.
require 107.
Savvada, especially with his job working at a funeral home that could be available at all times, he
77.
just gets to practice by himself pretty much on a dartboard. So the fact that he still has this high level when he doesn't really have a whole lot around him to work with is almost more impressive.
Yeah, he's so impressive.
60.
It's,
Joey
what an
require
amazing
93.
breath of fresh air when Adam joined the circuit full time, and just is a beautiful
38.
game
Adam, you
to
require
watch.
148.
A slackless start from Joey is going to only give him 2 darts at a double, and that's if Adam doesn't take out this 148, which is on, and that's a perfect first start for it. Oh, double 14.
120.
Just
Joey
on the
require
outside.
55.
Gives an opportunity for Joey. 15 for tops. Back down to double 10.
Game shot in the second
He
leg.
puts it in. We're all
Third
tied
leg
at
is
1
Adam to throw
apiece.
first.
And that was an opportunity that
Game on.
Joey just could not afford to miss, because Savvada would have pounced on it. Well,
100.
And again, on throw to start off with. Savvada 0 for 1 on the double in that last leg.
85.
But Joey, right now, 1 for 3 overall.
$60.
And that last leg was with Adam starting off with a 180. Joey able to get the job done there. So that is good news for Joey.
96.
As the format extends here, AE first to 6 legs.
Yep, our next 2 rounds will be best of 11s, and then we'll finish the day round the corner with semis and finals being
99.
best of 13. So more great CDC darts to come, and I'm starting to look at the bracket because we will actually move out of this
85.
group at the end of this. We'll put a winner on this group, either Savvada or Leno, and they will head out to the floor for their quarterfinal, and we will get a quarterfinal from around the room, and I'll start to
180.
see if I can pester our tournament director and get some inside info as to what that might be.
45.
I can't
Adam,
believe
you
we're
require
at the
62.
quarterfinals about
It's
already.
crazy.
Moving along nicely on Sunday. 3 hours
Oh.
in.
Double 16 for Savvada for a 15 darter.
Game shot in the
Yep.
third leg.
He finds
Fourth
that.
leg is Joey to throw first. Game on.
180 with a 62 checkout, and this is the
59.
Savvada that we know. The mid 90s, crisp on the doubles, and that is a tall order for anybody in this event, and specifically for Joey Leno in this moment.
100.
Yeah, so far, no real harm done. It's still just been a hold to throw in the first 3
60.
legs. But yeah, you mentioned it. Savvada is showing his level right now. And the pressure that's going to consistently put on Joey, who's going to have to raise his game up a little bit.
95. $93.
Does find that last treble. As we look around the venue here, Jason Brandon up 4-1 on Alex Spellman. Gates and Newberry tied 3 apiece. David Cameron up 5-4 on Kylie Edmonds. Stowe Bunce up 3-0 currently on Nick Lindberg. Those are the major ones going out there in that top 16.
123. Adam, you require 107.
123 there from Leno. Not enough to leave a finish because he missed the big number. So Savvada has 6 from 170. Doesn't need to look at the bull if he gets that, but he might as well. Bullseye.
145.
Oh, almost caught the big fish. It pulled the hook right at the last second.
So taking a
78.
look at
Adam, you
the
require 25.
bracket, and our group has come out of the bottom of the bracket. So let's let Adam finish, and then we'll talk some bracketology.
Double 4.
17. Joey
He
requires
might
80.
not come back. Leno, another outside shot. Oh, he'll get 2
Double
darts at
14.
74. Adam, you require 8.
And he misses them.
Game shot in the 4th leg.
And Adam pins it.
5th leg is Adam to throw first. Game on.
And big break of throw from Savvada. 3-1 lead now. He is halfway to the finish line. Switching down to the 19s. 95 scored.
95.
And Joey
46.
would love nothing more than to break back immediately, AE. But tell us a little bit more about that bracketology.
So our group came out of the bottom of the bracket. So the way things most generally will work is that for a quarterfinal, we go to the top of the bracket
140.
and then come back down to the bottom of the bracket for the semis. So your candidates are going to be, and you'd have either the
45.
Bunce Lindbergh versus Bame McCarg top half, but we did see Stowe yesterday, even though it's a DJD event. Then the other option is the group that's Spellman Brandon versus Long Bull Bolts.
36.
So those would be your 2 groups to take. I don't think we haven't seen Spellman Brandon Long Bull Bolts
58.
on stream, so that would be a good group to maybe focus on in the quarters. So we'll see what the tournament director, Peter Cetera, comes up with. But that would be your most likely route in terms of how you would pick some stuff. And then we'll come back and get the semifinal on the feature board that would feature that whole bottom of the bracket that has Gates and Newberry and Reddy and Cameron and Edmonds and Savvada Leno. Okay?
100.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Adam, you
And let's give
require
a huge shout out to
130.
Tyler Reddy. He makes his first top 16 in the CDC. He awaits the winner of Kevin Ron, Nick McCoy. So he'll be playing for his first board final. You see Savvada did not have to go the typical route there with 130 left. So sets it up for
98.
32. When he returns with Leno back on 252.
And we've got confirmation from
43.
the tournament director
Adam,
that
you
that
require
is
32.
indeed the route that we will take. So we will get that
Game
group
shot in the
that
5th
comes
leg.
out of Spellman Brandon,
Sixth leg is
Long
Joey
Bull
throw
Bolts
first.
will
Game
be the quarterfinal that we get to see, and then we'll go to the bottom of the bracket for our semifinal.
140.
Yeah, Long Boo Bowls 2-2 score line. Jason Brandon up on Alex Bowman 5-2. Caden Newberry on upside alert of Leonard Gates, throwing a 94.5 average. He's up 5-3 on Gates.
Big stuff there for Caden Newberry.
Savvada up 4-1 here
50.
on Joey Leno. And it started off with perfection.
And wasn't that the match that we peaked in yesterday? Wasn't it Gates Newberry, right?
Yep, sure was.
And Newberry pushed him all the way.
To the very last leg.
83.
So it'll be reprieve for Newberry today.
97.
Savvada 6 darts from 244. We give him a 5-1 lead.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, sir.
Oh, you're good.
121.
Yeah, Jason Brandon, winner of last night's qualifier. So if he holds on versus Spellman, it'll be good to
58.
see.
Adam,
He's
you
Big Apple
require
bound as well, so that'll give us a
123.
chance to sort of talk about that a little bit more.
Nothing wrong with that. It's on. 66 left. Oh, great dart.
105. Joey
Oh,
required
that was so beautiful. That deserved that double to go in.
Ooh. Oh. I like the route on the 148 from Joey.
62. Adam, you require 18.
But double 9 for Savvada for a 5-1 lead, A.
Game shot in the 6th leg.
And the Reaper continues his run.
Leg is Adam to throw first.
Pegs his first
One leg
start.
away now.
Yep, and this is that Savvada performance that, opponents are so frightful of. A 97 average, crisp doubling.
57. 57.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see.
So we're getting ready for the quarterfinals. Tournament director Peter Cetera is getting the boards assigned. We've got a little peek
60.
into that. So we'll have our quarter, and then we always have the ability to. This is where that bonus coverage will come into play. Sean and I will
180.
bring you on home from the top 8 to the top 1, and if there's some compelling stuff on those other boards, Jeff and David in production have the ability to sort of allow us to peek in on that.
95.
Stowe bunts. The bunts, Lindbergh, Bain,
98.
McCarg will be on board 3, and I think that's probably the main board that we have the ability to peek in on. So that might be a good one at some point when they get underway to keep tabs on.
59.
Yeah, so far the battles are brewing out there. It does look like
83.
Jason Brandon did best Alex Spellman 6-2. So we will get a look at JB in that quarterfinal. It just depends on who he's facing. Jim Long currently up 3-2 on Trevor Bubbles. As Stowe continues to not have lost a
42.
single leg
Joey require
so
83.
far. He is 16-0.
Wow. Massive from Stowe bunts. And, and all credit to,
51.
David Cameron. Big performance, 6'4" over Kylie Edmonds, so Excalibur's still chugging along, Certainly your heart has to go out to David, makes the finals of both qualifiers, and just comes up short. He's going to miss out
32.
from an appearance at Madison Square Garden. And
Game shot in the 7th
double
leg.
8 for Joey to stay alive
Leg
here
is Joey to throw first.
in our last 16 match here to win this group. But,
Game on.
Cameron's made a good amount of U.S. Masters, so that's a big deal for
140.
David Cameron to fall short from an appearance. But this is where we are in North America now. You've got 8 massive quality players that are going to be representing North America at Madison Square Garden, but you've also got some deep, rich, and talented players on
140.
the outside looking in. No more gimmies, brother. No more gimmies.
No, if you want to guarantee your spot
100.
at MSG, you get your PDC tour card, and then you hang on to that bad boy. Otherwise, you're going to have to go through a battle with all of these talented players that we have over here in North America. A couple of those big names that
180.
will not be at MSG include David Cameron, include Alex Spellman.
140.
And look at how they are battling in this one. Joe Leno 1-2-1 after 9 darts. in a must-win leg like all of the rest of them are. And a good last start from Savvada to put some pressure on the 1-2-1 from Joey.
Gates has scraped back and in a deciding leg with Newberry, tied at 5 apiece.
102.
We'll open that up on Dark Connecting.
Absolutely. Savvada, 82 left, treble 14. No, he stayed there, which I don't hate.
50. Joey requires.
But Joey, a chance now to hold his throw to make it 5-3 and start that comeback. Big dart.
Game shot in the
and it goes in. Leno still alive.
Big third dart from Joey Leno under a ton of pressure. And that's it. It's one dart, one leg at a time, Sean.
180.
And speaking of which, AE, that's a 180 from Adam Savvada to start off this leg.
43.
Think he's tired of playing around with the 23-year-old. Maybe he's tired of the 23-year-old playing around with him.
92.
The pedal is now to the floor.
98. $87.
Adam misses the big number on the last, but 87 will be good enough.
Update out on board 8. Newberry going to come
67.
After 15 darts. A look at tops to knock out Leonard Gates. Gates way back on 209 in a deciding leg. So completely exposed is the cross-border champion.
122.
Oh, that would have been a 142 for the match. He will come back, though, for it. Joey miles behind at 291.
$44.
Newberry busted. 20. Gates cuts his score in half. So Newberry for tops and
game shot.
Savvada for double 10.
Savvada
wins this one, 6-3 over Joey Leno. So another quarterfinal for Adam Savvada as the Reaper wins another board. Oh man,
Newberry just can take 8 points. I want to stay with this before we go to break. So Gates looks at 112. How much of a heartbreak. Just a stab, a dagger in the heart. But Gates doesn't do it. So Newberry, maybe a change of scenery from tops to double 16 might work for Caden. Staring at Dark Connect. We are that little white box with the red dot, waiting to see what happens. Does it go back to Gates or does Newberry advance? Takes out 32 and 3 darts to move into the quarterfinals. So Caden Newberry impresses yesterday, takes that one step further. That's the evolution you want to see competing on the championship dart circuit. So into the quarterfinals is Caden Newberry along with Adam Savvada that we just saw.
Yeah, we already have now 5 quarterfinalists guaranteed. Stowe Bunce, Jason Brandon, Caden Newberry, David Cameron, and Adam Savvada. So Caden, one of the only unseeded players to make it to this point once again today. He made the quarterfinal yesterday. I was actually wrong about that, AE. That's where he lost to Leonard Gates. So that being said, another great run today, and we'll see how that ends up. A lot of action coming your way from the DJD Masters.
Jim Long just got through, so we'll see Brandon Long next. Boom.
Right after this.
That's what I like to see. That's real darts. Pure dart! The greatest darting force on the planet right now. How about that? Oh, magnificent! Sensational darts!
Welcome to Shooting the Bull, the official podcast of the championship darts circuit.
I smell a late summer special episode on which state has the best players and do we go bowls or triples on certain outshots for these two gentlemen. We've got lots of content to come later this summer.
You got to
These
get
boys
Baggish
are
on
great.
here.
You two plus Baggish, and we're going to have like an hour and 20 minutes on cricket strategy. Is that where we're going with this? I love it. I'm in.
There's no strategy in cricket. I'm down.
Hitcore is the streaming entertainment alternative. Live concerts and comedy? Hitcore has it. Premium high-def audio and video? Hitcore has it. A customizable entertainment experience? Hitcore has that as well. No app? No problem. Set up an account. Decide what you want to watch, buy it, then press play. It's that easy. Hitcore is live and on demand 24/7. Hitcore, where every live event becomes your experience.
The first release of the Kaze series is the Saros range, inspired by the majestic swordfish and offered in 3 distinct barrel shapes to cater to a wide audience of players. Each of the 3 shapes are available in a single soft tip dart and 3 different steel tip weights, resulting in a total of 12 unique models, ensuring a perfect match for every player or collector. First, let's talk about what the entire range has in common, starting with the milling. We see intricate diamond-shaped cuts mimicking fish scales and a gorgeous DLC blue coating. The diamond cuts are layered in a way that provides a very aggressive texture. The front and rear sections feature fine ring cuts offset by a deeper zigzag V-cut. The unique arrangement of scales changes slightly depending on your vantage point. The mesmerizing visual effect is further enhanced by this luxurious blue coating as it refracts light into different shades of blue and purple. This is a quintessential premium look and design. Every dart in this range is made of 90% tungsten and boasts a delightful unboxing experience. Target Japan has carefully selected accessories like the dynamic wave-inspired acrylic stand on par with our swordfish theme, a silver premium Swiss point key, and custom green K-Flex flights.
Masters. Welcome back to the DJD Masters.
Our mics are about to go live.
He's using the wrong group.
Oh, yep.